On this edition of the Koffers, stand by for action! So while I was down in San Diego, and I made a stop to the wonderful store that is Super 7, I picked up the aforementioned Ultimates that you saw in a previous video, but I also picked up this guy right here, the ReAction Godzilla 1984 variant, which is in the what they call the vintage toy color. And if you know anything about toys, that's the Imperial Godzilla colors. The Imperial Godzilla was the toy of my childhood, as it was, for the longest time, the only Godzilla figure you could legally get. So I figured it'd be fun to do just a quickie little review, as the ReAction figures are, well, pretty basic, pretty simple, and that's kind of what you want out of it. So let's pop this bad boy open. Let's take a look at what he has to offer. So like all the ReAction figures, they come on a card, blistered, as you can see. With these repaints, the nice thing I do love about Super 7 is the little details, including slightly repainting the 84 Godzilla or 85 Godzilla, depending on how you viewed him for the first time, giving him the slightly greenish hue, and of course, the nice big Joker lipstick adorning his face, as was standard on all of the Imperial figures. And real quick, here's the back of the card. As you can see, unpunched. That's the upside of buying from the store itself. Here's the other wave that is already out. I know a lot of collectors that have been enjoying this wave quite a bit because you get a lot of the Showa era figures at a small size, which if you don't have a lot of room is great for collecting. And there's some deep cuts in there. All right, let's open them up and check them out. The only problem with carded figures, you have to damage the box. I hate that sound. Yeah, look at that. The defeat of every collector that wants to open their stuff. Got to damage the card. One day we'll figure out something better. So here he is. This is the Imperial variant of the Godzilla 84 ReAction figure. He stands roughly about 4 inches. The paint job's really cool because, again, it is that vintage look. The green really pops with some of the gray highlights still in there. So you're not completely giving away the original figure, but you're also making it kind of special in its own right. And as you can see, he's got the big fancy lipstick that came with the original Imperial. The spikes are even, the outer spikes are even green, which I dig. So, like all ReAction figures, they are pretty basic. A couple points of articulation. So arms, legs, tail, head. That's the ReAction figure. So I wanted to do a quick compare and contrast. So I have my original Imperial variant, and I have Mondo's 84 Imperial variant to compare to this guy. So the Imperial figure, this guy stands about 12 inches. For many of us older collectors, this was it. This was all we can get our hands on for the longest time. Imperial was a company that made rubber dinosaurs back in the day. They were pretty cheap. My dad used to pick up a lot of them for me at the swap meet that he would go to. But if you went down a certain aisle in Toys R Us, Kmart, they would just be flopped into a bin somewhere for like $5. So dinosaurs were the thing for a lot of kids, and these were easy ways for parents to, keep their kids quiet because they want dinosaur toys. So as you can see, the lipstick that was adorned on all of these figures, there is the painted spikes on the outer rim, the big gray spike in the center, and the center body still has some of the gray paint with the green fading on the back. If you've ever watched Roseanne, Seinfeld, this guy's popped up in so many places. He is an icon in his own right. Ironically, he's also one of the cheapest Godzilla figures you can still get today. So I feel that Super 7 did a great job homaging the Imperial with this guy right here. So I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. And real quick, just to take a look, here's Mondo's version, which they went more green than anything. They did get the silver spikes, but unlike the Imperial, as you can see, they kept all the spikes. The Mondo's going a little more detailed in their painting, but he also has the red lining on the lips. So there you are. As an old school Godzilla collector, I love my Imperials. So anytime someone puts out an Imperial variant, I am a sucker to get it. This guy cost me about $25. So I know it's a lot for a 4-inch figure, but that is the world we live in right now because, well, things are expensive. And there you guys go. That is the Super 7 Imperial variant of their Godzilla 84 ReAction figure. If you like what you see, we have a show. It's called the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. It is at thekaijukingdompodcast.com or wherever you find your favorite podcast on all the streamers. We also have social media. We are on X or Twitter, whichever one you want to call it, at the Kaiju Kingdom, along with Instagram at the Kaiju Kingdom and Facebook.com/the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. And that will wrap it up for this edition of the Koffers. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.